What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 3 of Game Pickups. Huge pickup video I posted on Facebook. It's probably sometime last week, actually almost 2 weeks ago now. That I had found some pretty good stuff. I just now getting back to being able to do the video and setting it up. I was going to do it. I actually had about 20 minutes of it filmed. And I said, you know what? I'm going somewhere this weekend. Let's just wait and see what happens. And I ended up scrapping that one pretty quick. So. Ready to go with this pickup video. It's been a while, and I thank you guys so much for hanging on there. Since the last pickup video, I'm up to 27 subscribers. I think last video I was up to 20, I believe. So just like all the time, I got my subscriber card here. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. Doom Waves, thank you guys, thank you so much. I think he found out through Spreadshot Games, I think. So Spreadshot, thank you for subscribing to my channel and continue to get me subscribers. So check out Doom Waves. He does a lot of movie reviews. Pickup wise, and also he does games as well. Mr. Drunk Reviews, very cool reviews. I don't know if he's drunk or not, he may be, but very cool guy. Seems like a nice fellow. So go check out his videos as well. Retro X Freak 1, thank you so much. And I'll put all these down in the comments or in the description page. So you guys can check them out. Dean Thompson, Escape from Gaming, Escape to Gaming. Does a lot of more of recent to the PlayStation 2 Xbox era games as far as I've seen so far. He's doing a Fire Emblem playthrough for the Fire Emblem Awakening, I think, so or maybe the new one for the DS. One of the Fire Emblems he's doing a review for, so kind of a walkthrough. So check him out. Videos are a little longer, which I like. I like the longer reviews. He really goes in depth on some things. So Dean, keep up the great work. Thank you, man. O-Unit Productions, they are kind of like a picker site. Guys send them stuff, and they go out and pick in, not just video games, but everything. They was kind enough to actually subscribe to my channel, so I subscribed to them and watched a couple videos. Very cool stuff. If you like American Pickers, Pawn Stars, stuff like that, go check them out. Nintendo Love 27, thank you so much for the subscription. And I'm gonna mess this up. It's Robert ODLT5. Thank you so much for subscribing. Some of these guys have some videos, some of them don't. I know some. The top ones do, so go check them out and subscribe to them if you can, and just take the time to kind of watch some of their videos. I really appreciate anyone that has took the time out to actually watch me rambling and about things I buy and games that I play. So thank you guys so much. As far as format goes, again, I talked about doing a separate video. I think I've even want to separate even more. I'm going to do more of a review-focused comic book pickups, and also more review-focused DVD pickups. So it's going to be me, maybe little short videos rambling on about some things about what I liked about the comics and what I didn't, or movies. So I've kind of decided to kind of split that up because I have a ton of stuff I picked up, and that video got really long too. So if I want to do longer gaming videos, I need to shorten up some of the other videos, so it's not as painful as I think they are at times. So, but again, thank you to everyone that subscribed. Check out all the channels that subscribe to me, and thank you guys so much for again just my subscribers have went up about 7. So I thank you guys so much for the ones that have subscribed to me, passing the word along, but also for the new ones that kind of just stumble across my channel. So I really appreciate it, and subscribe, like, and comment after. If you like it, don't lie to me. But if you do, take the time out if you would want to. If you could take the time out to do that, I'd really appreciate it. So let's get on the gaming pickups. Like I said, a big haul. So this is going to be a little bit longer of a video than my other one was, I believe. We'll start with the systems I've picked up. The first one is I picked up a GameCube and a memory card, as you can see there. I won the black one, and G2K had one and sold out before I got paid, so this time they actually got it, and it's maybe 2 days after I got paid, where I ran up there and got it. Actually have a Game Boy Advance player coming for it. GameStop was having a great deal for $9.99 for a complete one. Go check that out. I think it's still on their website. You have to go in-store pickup. It's not it's not an order online, but luckily I have one here in Wise that actually got one from one in Mechanicsville, Virginia. So that should be here Thursday or Friday. So I'm pretty stoked about that to get one, because I couldn't find anyone with the disc complete for less than $50 on eBay. So so I picked up a GameCube, got a controller with that as well, and also an Indigo one. I got a black one, Indigo one. The next one I'm really stoked about. Went to a kind of a consignment shop type thing. Was kind of looking around. Me and my brother, we like to go when we both on days off, kind of hunt for some things. He likes vinyl and old music stuff. So of course video games, comics, and stuff for me. So so we was kind of looking through, and he said, well, I didn't see nothing over. I said, let me go over and check. And lo and behold, I've got a Sega Genesis Model 1, which is the model that I wanted. I've been wanting a Genesis for a while, but I was holding out for a Model 1, so pretty stoked about getting one of these. I got it for $5 because I couldn't find the connections for it. Apparently, I kept them in a bag. They couldn't find them. I said, hey, $5, and I'll take it off your hand. With everything, I think I got 2 more controllers, and the connections, I think I got it for around, I don't know, I probably spent total with this about $25. So I spent about 20 on everything else as well. So that's not too bad. It's about the going rate around here, so very cool. And so look for some reviews for some Genesis games when I get the stuff. The next one came from my very close friend. I already had one of these, and I've already sold it. Went to a flea market, got a deal. I sold it for a pretty good price. I didn't have the dog bow controller with. I did have a controller and the AV hookups. And he gave me a pretty good deal of $30 plus a game that I'll show you here in a minute. But this one right here was given to me by one of my close friends, Mr. Seth Barnett, and he is also in a band with my brother called the Goodwills, which you've heard me talk about before. Definitely talk about them some more. A lot of really bluesy, dirty rock and roll, which I really like. Joe plays drums and Seth plays guitar and sings. He was looking in his attic or basement or something. He said, hey man, I got this thing, you can have it, I don't care how much it's worth, I want you to have it. And I was like, oh man, I really appreciate it. So I ended up getting a second top loader. This one was a lot cleaner than the other one was. I ended up cleaning that one. The first one I found for like $3 at a flea market. Had to clean it. It looks like somebody hopefully just dumped Coke all over it, but I have no clue what was on that what was on the top loader. So and I don't really want to imagine what else it could be. So I cleaned it up and it worked fine. So I ended up getting a pretty good little profit out of that. Ended up going towards some more games where I didn't have to spend my own money that I earned at my job, but some of the money that I sold for that. So Seth, I really appreciate it, man. This one was so clean and well taken care of. I still have my dog bone. And I have Mega Man 6, so I have a complete top loader bundle there. So thank you, Seth, so much. I really appreciate it. This one, no matter how much, I mean, this one means a lot because one of my good friends gave it to me. So Seth, I appreciate it, man. And need anything, I'm here for you, bud. Second thing, so we'll just move on. So those are systems I picked up. Let's move on to games, and we'll try to run through this because I got a couple really good pickups I want to spend some time on. For the PlayStation 2, I picked up Shining Force EXA, Sega Don't Sue Me. Basically, it's one of the Shining Force series. This is a little bit rare. I got it for like $8 at, a little bit uncommon. I got it for $8 at GameStop. They was having a lot of, putting a lot of these on sale, trying to clear them out. So I ended up getting, so I think Rarity Guide has it for a little bit of an uncommon game, so complete box, which I have, is like $28, so I got a pretty good deal out of that. And like I said, I'm an RPG guy, and I'm trying to get back into some of the RPGs I missed, and I said what segue. I got this for $10. It's Final Fantasy 12 Special Edition. It comes with the nice collector's edition booklet and also the making of DVD, I believe. Got this for $10. Guy had it for 20, and it looks like he was trying to clear out some things. And I got it for 10. So I'm pretty stoked. Good metal, very cool metal case as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Those are my PlayStation pickups. Next up, I have my Nintendo pickup, part of my Nintendo pickups. Let me just say this: the pickups at the end are probably some of the best pickups I've got in a very long time. I always have decent pickups, but nothing as of rarity and getting really good prices on them. So just kind of stick around, please. I'm trying to run through some of those stuff, but I definitely have some pretty good ones coming up in the back. So this is part of the Nintendo. I picked this up at the Goodwill. And I'll be issuing apologies at Goodwill later on the video. Mario Tennis for the Virtual Boy, got that for like $2. The next one I got this for like $6. I got Bomberman Hero for the N64. Clear this stuff out here. I have a copy of this, but I wanted a cleaner copy, and the guy at the flea market had it for, I don't know, like $3. So I'm going to butcher again, I think it's Xerxes for the Nintendo there, NES. Mike from the not the Angry Video Game Nerd, but Mike, the guy that helps him out with a lot of stuff. That was on his list of underrated NES games, and I played it, and it was really, really good. So I'm hoping to kind of get back into it a little bit more. This was part of the deal for the top loader. I still have to bring back the power thing, so I'm probably going to get another $5 game. I don't know what I want to get yet, but this was one I did not have, and I remember playing this when we lived in Abilene, Texas. One of the women that used to babysit me when she had to they had a ton of Nintendo games, and one of them I loved to play was Elevator Madness. I can't remember. I'll have to pull it out. But the one where you have to go through elevators, it was a crappy port from the Atari to the NES, but I still liked playing it. And then Joust. So I got Joust pretty much for free, so that's pretty cool. Next one's up, a lot of GameCube games. In fact, all the rest of them are going to be GameCube games. The first one is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I might have showed this off before, but I want to show it again. It's not complete, it doesn't have the manual. So next one is, and this one I got for $3, Mega Man Network Transmission. Also for $3, Metroid Prime. All these are in pretty good shape. I got all these at the same place. Sorry about the glare. My windows are glaring at it here. And this one right here, Resident Evil, the remake for the GameCube. Again, I'm sorry. Here we go. Got all those at the same place I got the Sega Genesis. They were all like $3, so pretty good little deals there. This one I got from the Goodwill, F-Zero GX. Great condition on this game. So I have all the, at least the ones released in the United States minus the Game Boy games. I got all the F-Zeros now. Got this at G2K in Kingsport for, as you can see on the thing, $9.99. I get a little bit of discount on these, so it's a little bit less. Pikmin for the GameCube. Always gotta have Pikmin. Really fun game. This one I'm really stoked to get. I paid maybe a little bit more than I wanted to for it, but I got it for $15 complete. Again at the G2K in Kingsport. I got Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. I don't have the one for the 64 yet. It runs a little high for me until I can find it for a little bit better price, but very cool to have one of these. I've heard great things about it. So that's part of my NES pickups. The next one, I got a ton of Sega pickups. Since I picked up the Genesis, I've kind of been concentrating on that and a couple other Sega things. These are all the loose cartridges I got. Most of these I got from G2K in my hometown of Norton, Virginia. The first one is all pretty clean. King of Monsters 2. Clears out what? Vector Man 2. Chuck Rock, Son of Chuck. That's Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. Quick Shot with Donald Duck there. And I always forget this, World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. So those, and then to finish them off, I've got Chuck Rock, which is a story about Chuck Rock. I don't know if anybody remembered the show called Nintendo Arcade, or I'm sorry, not Nintendo Arcade, Nickelodeon Arcade. Used to come on, obviously, Nickelodeon, and they used to have where if your team won, you go into like this real live video game. It was really green screen. But at the time, there's pretty good technology, and they were using. I think I read like an article about how the technology was pretty cutting edge at the time, and they had this thing where you would spin a wheel or something like that, and if it landed on like arcade channel or something, you'd go over and they would have like a Genesis and Super Nintendo stuff, and they're all in the arcade cabinets. And one of the games that was always on there was Chuck Rock, and I never got a copy of it as a kid, and I always thought it was a pretty cool looking game. So I was pretty stoked to get both of these, and you'll see here in a minute I got them doubled. So, so I got Chuck Rock. If you hear something crash, everything just blew up on me. Comic Zone, very cool and underrated Sega game. Nice little beat 'em up there. And the last one is, I got this for about, I think, $10, I think, is Toe Jam and Earl and Panic on Funkotron. Can't go wrong with Toe Jam and Earl. Okay, as we move on, got some Dreamcast games. I picked up GTA 2 for the Dreamcast. Did not even know this existed for the Dreamcast when it was released, so I got it for, I think, for $5 at the Kingsport G2K. Next one is one of the. I mean, if you don't have this for the Dreamcast, you're missing out. I picked up the first one a couple weeks back, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, at the G2K in Johnson City. So this was the one I got it for like $15. So I was pretty stoked because I just came from a place that was charged for like $35 for it. So I was pretty stoked to get this one for that price. Now these right here all came from the same shop, along with a couple of the other Sega deals that's in the back end there. Basically, it's a shop in Tennessee. I'm not gonna say where. This is, I kind of found the honey hole a little bit, I think, for a gamer. Kind of walked in, I kind of looked, and I found a big game for a good price that goes for way more in retail stores and eBay. But had a bunch of box Genesis games, and like I said, and much like Billy from the Game Chasers, he likes his Genesis games box, and I do too, unless I'm just trying to collect and trying to get something to play. So I was really excited to get all these games boxed. And like I said, there's a couple of them at the tail end that was unbelievable deals I got. But these are the box Genesis games that I got from this place. Also picked up a Sega Saturn game. This is Rayman for the Sega Saturn, so I was pretty stoked to see that. Perfect condition. Got it for like $5. A lot of these, I think all these were like $5. So complete Rayman there. The next one, the box is beat up, and I could never understand why some of them decided not to do hard cases and decided to do paper cases. I never played this as a kid, but great reviews on this and the Nintendo one. But the Super Nintendo one seems to be a little bit rare, but still great games on both consoles. The Adventure of Batman and the Adventures of Batman and Robin, which some people really like this one a little bit better because of the way that they do some of the graphics. So very cool. So glad to get that. I just wish the box was still be done. Next one I got from G2K. This is the one I got, but Disney's Aladdin, not complete. So it is in case. Next one I got. Now this is one the little store that I got it from in the mystery place in Tennessee, the Lion King. Let's see, I'll save that one for X-Men, again, not complete. Doesn't have the manual. But it is in the case. I always liked that case because I'm a huge comic fan. I always thought it was well done. This one is complete. This is Altered Beast. Also complete is Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse. So, with the manual. Try not to drop it. Now again, I picked these up loose, but this is complete. I got Chuck Rock, Son of Chuck, complete in the case. And also I've got Chuck Rock for the Sega Genesis, complete and complete. And also I picked this up for, this one I think was a lot better than the one that was on the Super Nintendo. But this is Spider-Man. Of course, a huge Spider-Man fan like I've said before, so I got to pick that up. And it is complete with the manual. So all those were like $5. Now the majority of these, plus some of the other big pickups. Oh, let me go over this one right quick. This one I got in a action figure store actually, just kind of sitting there, and I ended up picking this up and some comic trades, which will again, I'll go over later. But Mortal Kombat, I got it for like $3 complete, which is pretty cool. Okay. And other than that, all those were about $5. I got that Mortal Kombat for like $3, so I was pretty stoked to get all those. Now, story goes with the next pickups, and I'll try to explain the story as I go along. I went back to the shop in Kingsport. One of them I picked up the first time. The only game I picked up the first time when we came through. Then the second one came with all those $5 games, and I'll kind of tell you the situation once we get there. So I like to share the stories a little bit. So I knew it was going to be a good gaming day because this was a Saturday I picked up, and we'll just go over kind of the timeline here. I picked up all three of these games, let's see, it was 2 Saturdays ago. I got a call from Goodwill. I left them my number, said, hey, if you got any Nintendo stuff, let me know. I'd love to come take a look at it after I got that decent haul and turned that into Final Fantasy 2. So I was pretty stoked that they were starting to get a lot of things. So it was about 10 o'clock. I was supposed to get about 10:30, so one woke me up, which was fine. I answered the phone like, what, and I didn't recognize the number. So she was like, hey, this is so and so from Goodwill. I'm sorry to wake you up, but you said if we had any Nintendo things to kind of give you a call. I have some GameCube games. Now, there's certain GameCube games, like obviously any Marios and stuff, that are awesome games, but there's a lot of crappy stuff out for the GameCube, just like any other system. So when Goodwill calls you, say, hey, I got some GameCube games, some PlayStation 2 games, you're kind of betting on, at least here, sports games, crappy kind of games that kids play and stuff like that. Well, I walked in there, and the first game I saw was the F-Zero on GameCube. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Well, I'll take that one. They're all about $2 a piece. I'm sorry, $3 a piece. So the second game I saw was this one. Zelda The Wind Waker. I played this when I first got GameCube, never beat. I got about halfway through, and I wish I could, but it goes for like $30. It's still a very popular game. Not necessarily a rare game, just a popular game. So I was like, I'll just wait till I find it at a flea market or something, get it resurfaced, and there you go. So I got that one for $3. It is complete, unbelievable condition. I don't know if you can tell, but man, it looks like these games have not even been touched. The disc had, just had some fingerprints on it. Other than that, complete. Was really excited, and also I don't know if I had to. Yeah, I think I had the gold disc before, but so very, very excited to get this and have this in my collection. But that wasn't done, so I wasn't done with that. So I look at it again, and they had about 6 of them, and I picked up 3 of them, I think. think they had about five or six. Then I saw this one, and it's one of those moments when you're just like, you just want to just go nuts. And I've had this once before, and I traded in like a dummy when I was a teenager because I was like, oh, I want an Xbox, or I want an Xbox 360, or I want a new game for Xbox. And I ended up trading this in. This one is the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Now, funny story is, I was so excited, I didn't even check, the game or anything. I just took it. So when I got to the car, I was opening everything up, kind of looking at this. I went to open this one, and lo and behold, I believe this is factory sealed, which is unbelievable. And the reason I say it's factory sealed is if you can look right there, the way that it's sealed. I know a lot of people don't. Oh, if it doesn't have an H or whatever on the back, but this looks pretty factory sealed to me. The only thing that there is some scratches on the back, so I don't know if. While it looks like they, maybe cut the packaging a little bit, but as you can see, I mean, it's completely packaged all the way around, just like it would if it came with a system, or you bought it at Walmart or something. So, and this was, I think, a special, so it wasn't for resale. So, unbelievable find. And I'm usually one not to keep things sealed, but the thing about it is, I have the Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, and I'm planning on getting Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask when I get a 64. Those will be games I'll probably pay a little bit more for. So if I can get all of those games, I'm probably not going to open this because I know at some point I'm going to get those. So this will stay factory sealed. Great find, $3 at Goodwill. So I would like to apologize for all the trashing that I do for my Goodwill because recently they have really stepped up their game. Now, I don't know if they're telling people, hey, we got a guy that buys Nintendo games down here. I don't know what they're telling them, but they're getting some pretty quality stuff in. So whatever you're telling them, keep telling them, tell them there's a fat little geek with glasses that likes to buy Nintendo games. If it gets me Nintendo games, you can call me whatever you want. But but definitely one of my best pickups, and it started a pretty good run. The same day, I ended up going to Kingsport with my dad, and my mom was already down there. So I decided with some family. So it was me, my dad, and my cousin Katie. And we decided we wanted to go at some Goodwills. And this is when we ran into the shop that I will not say where it's at. Well, I may already say it. It's in Kingsport, but I won't tell you where it's at. I'm not going to tell you the name of it. I won't tell you where it's at. So I walk in and I was like, hey, why don't we stop at this store? And my mom says the magic words. I don't think that they'll have any gaming stuff in there. Now, anytime you game hunt, this goes for any game hunter, if somebody tells you there's no game in there, you automatically want the challenge of saying, oh, but there may be, and I want to find them. It didn't take me long to find these, but, so I walked in, I looked to the left, and they had some games in a glass case. And every time they're in a glass case, I'm thinking, oh, crap, these are going to be expensive. So I walked over there, and I saw both of these, but the first one I picked up was Shining Force. Okay, Sega don't sue me. Shining Force is it's a classic. It's one of those games that I've seen go for, I think 30 or 40 in the case. I've seen the cart go for 20 to 15. So it's not a non-expensive game. I don't know if it's necessarily rare, but it is a very popular game. It's much like Earthbound and stuff like that. Not necessarily rare, but very very popular. So they tend to go for a little bit. So I look at the price, and the price is $10. And I'm thinking, I know for a fact, and I saw that at G2K for about $40 in case with the manual. I was like, I'll go ahead and take that. So I took it, and I kind of looked at it, and this isn't like kind of the ones that they with the blue outline with the greatest hits or whatever. This seems to be the first printing of this. So I picked it up, and I ended up looking it up on Rarity Guide. Now I know Rarity Guide isn't I don't know if it's the greatest thing, but it's the only thing that I know where to look instead of just looking at eBay auctions. You usually look at Rarity Guide, and they give me a pretty good, you look at Rarity Guide, eBay, and Amazon, they all tend to be the same price for it. Found out it's worth like $64. I didn't even know if it was worth that much in the case. So I'm not one to look at value, even though, when you do have expensive games in your collection, they're nice to have. If you ever got in a bind and you need to sell something, obviously you have it, which hopefully I'll never get in a bind to have to do that. But it's nice to know that I got this for a very cheap price. It's a great game from what I hear, and I hope that I can kind of play and kind of see how good it is. Like I said, I'm an RPG guy, and the Genesis RPGs, I don't think I've ever played an RPG on the Genesis. I was more beat 'em ups and sports and platformers on the Genesis when I was a kid. So, and really, really the only RPG that I ever played up to that point, you know, was Final Fantasy VII. Was when I really kind of understood what an RPG was. So, just $10. I mean, like I said, these things go for 30 or 40 apparently, and I was extremely excited to get this for $10. Extremely excited to add this to my Genesis collection, and very cool. So I was very excited. Now, so that's 3 great pickups in pretty much one day. $9 for the GameCube games, and then I got that for $10. So I'm looking at $19, and those games will work well over that. And then also retailed for well over that. So I noticed this one that I'm going to show you the same day, and a pretty good little price tag on it. It was $60. Now, I've learned through watching game chasing videos, guys like the Game Chasers and Retro Liberty and guys like that, NES Complex, Metal Jesus, guys like that that know a good deal, Pete Dorr, that know a good deal when they see it. They may have to pay a little bit more than what they wanted for it, but it's still a good deal. So this one right here, I went back, it was this past Saturday with my brother, and so I got this in the Sega Genesis games, and he paid for it because he owed me like $100 for Christmas. So I didn't even pay for any of this. I ended up buying him dinner because I kind of felt bad, but but he owed me that from Christmas, and I'd already given him his Christmas money, and I said, hey, we're even if you can get these for me. He's like, yeah. So I went up and I brought up all the $5 Sega games first. I was like, ma'am, is there any way that you can come down, or is it is the price kind of negotiable on Lunar Eternal Blue for the Sega CD? I don't have a Sega CD now. I got a reason to because I really want to play this. And she was like, well, she's a really nice lady, and she's kind of a salesman, but in that little kind of sweet Southern way, you know. If you've never been down to the South, like in Tennessee and North Carolina, you get these sweet little ladies that they're so sweet, but man, they're like an assassin trying to get you to buy stuff. I mean, they're like ninja-like in how they use their nice personality to get you to buy stuff. So I said, well, all I got is a debit card. She goes, well, they charge us, a crazy like 4% if you use a debit card. And that's when Joe was like, look, I'll owe you some stuff for Christmas. Why don't you? I brought some extra cash. Go out there and get it. I was like, all right. So I ran out there and got it. She came down about $20. So I got this for $40, and everything was around $98, I think. So it was 20 or 15. I think it was like 115 or 120 for everything. So she came down to about 100, almost $100. This is one of those games where I've seen go for a lot more. It's extremely rare. I think Rarity Guy had it at like 98%, something crazy like that. Again, I don't know if Rarity Guy is trustworthy. It seems to be that way. But it's like 98%, so it's now the rarest game that I own. Complete in box. Now the box it was originally in, it was cracked, so I took and this one I took this from Virtua Cop from the Sega Saturn, and I think I'm going to take the Rayman case and switch it out for this one because the Rayman case is a little bit better condition. But that's the only thing that I had, and that was kind of I didn't want it because the box was damaged. But then I thought, but when I was getting the rest of the Sega, I was like, you know what? I've got a box that I can switch this out into, and that's what kind of sold it for me. So I got all the Genesis games in this for $100 straight up. So I've learned from, like I said, from watching videos that sometimes, even though it's $60, this game usually is worth in excess of $120 complete. So I got a great deal, less than half of the value. Do I like paying $40 for games? No. But when you run into something like this, it's very rare and you don't see it very often. I've seen the other one, some Star, I can't remember what, Star Blue or something like that. Correct me in the comments. I've seen that for about $50. So I'm just really excited. I mean, that was probably the best stretch from the Goodwill calling me to going to this place that I got a ton of good games for just a great price. I gave her my number, said, hey, give me a call and, kind of let me know if you have anything else. She said she had a ton of stuff. I went back there the next Saturday and was like, hey, can I take a look in the boxes? She said, honey, I got 7,200 boxes back there. I ain't gonna let nobody go up there. And I was like, well, okay. Well, here's my number. Give me a call. And I ended up picking up Lion King and Rayman that day, too, so I got something else from her. But a sweet woman, works with, I guess it's her nephew or something. Pretty cool guy as well. So, like I said, I would love to tell you where this place is. And as much as I love my gaming collecting friends, you're going to have to find this one yourself. So, just like I did, take a chance. Go in places you don't think have any games, and this is where you'll find this stuff. So the disc is in great condition. I don't know if it's been refurbished or not, but it looks really good. It looks like somebody just had these in their collection and just, you know, had to have the money, so they came in and sold everything. So I'm extremely excited to have this in my collection. So I got to get a Sega CD for a good price, and I'm definitely going to play it. So so that's the video. Like I said, I know there's a lot of stuff, and I'm glad I waited so I could kind of put Lunar in there as well, because if I'd made it when I was meant to make it, it wouldn't have got in there. So sometimes you have good luck, man. I mean, sometimes you have good luck in who calls you, or you know, just go into the store. My best tip for anyone game hunting: if you don't think there's games in there, there's probably something in there for a good price. Now some of them will jack it up because some of them take, you know, look into the prices and stuff, but the majority of them I found, especially like with the Goodwills and stuff like that, you never know what you're going to find. Take the 10 minutes to pull in and go in. If there's nothing there, you're out in about 2 minutes, you're good to go. But always kind of take a shot and kind of see, you know, what, you never know what you may find. You know, go back to the spots that you find some good stuff and see if they have anything else. Just perseverance. I mean, you just got to continue to look and find the great prices. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the subscribers, all the new ones that's kind of popped up. Thank you for all the guys that continue to support me on Facebook and whatnot. I don't have a Facebook page for my channel, just a personal Facebook page. So there's a lot of guys on there that really promote my channel and stuff. So I really appreciate that. And you know, if you're in the Southwest Virginia, Northeast Tennessee area, go check out G2K Games. I love those guys up there. They're extremely nice. They're extremely knowledgeable about games. And I've known the owners for a very, very long time. I was going to their store when it first opened, when it was just a very small store, and now they've got, I think, 6 stores or something like that in various states. So go check them out. I know the Game Chasers came up through Bristol and stuff at one point and said, oh, there's no games here. There's a lot of good places for games. You just kind of have to take a little bit more time to hunt downtown and stuff. But you got G2K Games. So anybody, I know they come to MagFest. If you're, you know, I think they've already been, but if you haven't been, you know, drop by G2K. There's a couple great spots there. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll have some comic stuff up soon. I've read a lot of things, so I'm going to have a lot of different reviews on these things, and hopefully, you know, like I said, I'm working on getting my computer all done up so I can do gameplay videos and a little more comprehensive reviews as well. So but thank you guys for all the ones that subscribe, all the ones that watch, like, comment, you know, subscribe if you haven't. You know, if you say, you know, like I said, you know, with anything I've said that I've mistaken, you know, drop it in the line. I'd love to know if I've made mistakes or what I could do better with the video. So thank you guys. This has been episode 3 of Game Pickups, and I'll check you later.